I have had very many beautiful experiences with my clients, with my students, and many emotional releases, many physical releases, and very many good experiences. But I think I will give you 3 examples. Mrs. A, Mrs. B, and Mrs. C. So Mrs. A is, she came to me. In fact, it's a friend of mine, so I knew her very well. And she wanted, there was no real issue with her, but she was quite tired. She felt very exhausted. She got very often a lot of cold also. So we started to do the detox from the book, basically. The skin detox, the small intestine, the large intestine, and the different organs. And a big release she had on her lungs. And it was very interesting for me, for her also. When we did the lung detox, a lot of negative energy came out. And she was telling me, oh, now I can taste the medicine that I received as a child. When she was a child, she had a lot of colds and a lot of flu, and her mother would give her antibiotics and similar medicine. And she said, oh, this is exactly the taste that is coming out. So it taught me that whereas we learn in the Western medicine that the detox is in the liver mainly, and that this is where we will store the drugs, we store it, of course, also, as Master Chia has explained to us, everywhere else in all other organs. And in particular, it was a good experience for me, so much coming out from the lungs. And to think that she has been carrying this for maybe 20 or 30 years, and still having that negative energy in her lungs, was very good experience for her and for me also. And she was telling me how closer she felt that this brought her to her own body. And another example that another case I want to mention, because it taught me something and I would like to pass that on. It's in the observation, how you observe the person. And this is a lady who came to me. She was kind of anemic, like her blood count was very low, and connected with her menstrual, was very strong, plus she was working very hard, and didn't take enough rest. So she had been diagnosed as kind of anemic, and she should take the rest and also change her eating habits. So she came, and I looked at her body and started the normal, which you do around the navel, the skin detox, detoxifying the digestive system, and noticed that she was very raised on the spleen side. The spleen came, like the ribs on this side came out. And in fact, you see that often on many people, either on the spleen side or the liver side, that the ribs come out. So I've noticed that when we worked, I noticed that a lot of wind came out from the spleen area whilst working on the spleen, and a lot of releases, and she felt a lot of release also in the spleen. And I want to say also that if you are telling people to look at the organ, to think of the organ, if they are awake, but to smile to the organ, you immediately feel the difference when you work on the person. When they connect with their own organ, it helps the organ to release when you do the work. So it gave her a very good release. We did about 3 sessions, I think, I can't remember exactly. And her blood count, when she did the checkup, was for the next time, I think after 1 week or 2 weeks, was very good. And I know that what we do with Chi Nei Tsang cannot help everything, but if people are aware also of the foods that they eat, to eat the right foods, then the Chi Nei Tsang, together with the food that she was eating, helped her a lot. And the observation that I want to share with you is she in fact had a small child, 2-year-old son, and she was still carrying her son on the side because she's left-handed. So she would carry the son on this side, and so we figured out together that this definitely would have an effect on her spleen and would have also helped making her situation, the anemic situation, worse, because spleen is very important for the blood. Similarly, I have another case where the lady has some issues with her liver, and again, small child, and she's very slim built, carrying her child on this side. It can affect on the women, and this may be something good for you to know when you are working on women with small children. Another case that I would like to experience, because it also shows how strong is the Chi Nei Tsang. There is a lady who came, she's a Chinese, and she's married to an acupuncturist, and her problem was that digestion was very weak. And when she was a child, 2 years old, a baby in fact, 1 or 2 years old, can't remember exactly, she had an operation in her intestine, so a part of the intestine was removed and stitched back together. So this, of course, would give a lot of blockage also later in life. So she came and she told me she has a poor appetite. She doesn't feel her digestion is very good. Also, the bowel movement is not very regular. And she had been, because her husband is an acupuncturist, he had given her very many sessions with acupuncture, and she also took Chinese herbal medicine. So I worked on her, and we worked together, and she got, especially around the scar area, it's very good if you notice that people have scars. The scar area where she had the cut for the small intestine, we worked on that because you could feel also that there were many blockages. And after the first session, she called me the next day and she said, "Oh, you cannot believe all the things that come out from me. The black things, a lot of things, I have never had so much come out from me." And we did a few more sessions. In fact, we are still doing sessions together. And she has more appetite, and her bowel movement has improved, and her husband is very impressed, because being an acupuncturist, he could see how well and how strong Chi Nei Tsang can work. And so he has actually already signed up for my first class in Chi Nei Tsang. I could actually share a lot with you because I feel I have so many good experience with Chi Nei Tsang. I want to thank Master Chia for teaching us the Chi Nei Tsang, for sharing his experience. It is very valuable. It's valuable for others. It's been very valuable for myself also. I'm still dealing with issues, and I'm still using my Chi Nei Tsang every morning around the navel. Small intestine, sexual organs, where I have my issues, large intestine, and it's very, very, very useful.